Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and today is number 64 of 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. And I am here with a service hero, but before I do that, look at this hat. Is this fun? I am going to do a shout out to my friends. Here we have Brianna and we have Tina, and they are with the Stratosphere MJ Live Michael Jackson tribute concert. How fun! And yes, tip my hat to them, and there we'll put it back up with all the props that they have. But I want you to meet today's service hero, and that is John Byler. He is with the Bison Project, and you know what? This man is a rock star. He actually has a best-selling book, right? Or you've been doing a book. He's had a movie about his life story that's been in indie film, right? It's been in festivals and such, and it actually has won awards. But I'm not going to go on and on about this man. I'm going to let him tell his story. So I want to recognize John Byler as today's service hero.
Thank you,
Meet John.
Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate we've known each other for about almost a year. My personal story, I was in a very serious car accident in Massachusetts almost 13 years ago with my middle son, Andrew. He broke 3 vertebrae in his back, and we both walked away from the accident, but I sustained a traumatic brain injury. My symptoms started to unravel over the next week or so. I ended up needing care at Spaulding Rehabilitation Hospital in Boston, which is a Harvard Medical School teaching hospital. So I was in very good hands. But for the first year, I could not speak very clearly. I stuttered all the time and I cried a lot, which led to the beginning of prescribing of antidepressants because you shouldn't cry inappropriately. So the journey over the last 13 years, I wouldn't wish on anyone. I mean, traumatic brain injury, it's like those children in Thailand. They're in a cave, an underwater cave, and they sure hope that they could get let out. If you've ever been in an MRI tube, you know that nurse is going to come pull you out in about a half an hour or so. With a traumatic brain injury, you have to stay positive all the time, because I don't remember what it's like to be normal, to have a normal functioning. I wrote this book, it took about 5 years, in much the way a prisoner of war. I read of a case where a prisoner of war designed and built his dream home, plank by plank, nail by nail, and then when he was released, he went and built it. The book was written in bits and pieces and long stretches, but most of those years, early on in the injury, was spent in a dark room. I needed silence, I needed quiet, and I ended up having to get back on my feet again in Kansas, where I was born. And so I've been in Kansas the past 6 years, and the Bison Foundation began. My book came out 6.5 years ago, but before that, leading up to the book, I became sort of the poster boy for traumatic brain injury in the Boston area. I spoke at a lot of graduate school classes, people who are going to become speech-language pathologists and social workers. And so I had a script, and my eldest son, Chris, is a filmmaker. He graduated from Hampshire College, which is where Ken Burns went. And so if you go on YouTube and look up You Look Great, the name of the book is You Look Great, subtitled Strategies for Living Inside a Brain Injury. And he's a brilliant filmmaker. There's a 55-minute version that came out in 2008. 2011, there's a 6-minute version for the Neurofilm Festival. The book came out at the end of 2011. When I landed in Kansas, I went to a buffalo preserve.
Listen to this, guys. This story, every time I hear it, it just even gets that, it really touches my heart. So be prepared.
Well, 20 miles north of where I live, in a small town in Kansas, there's a preserve there. And I drove up there, and I parked the car. Nobody was around. There was a fence, and on the other side of a fence, about a mile away, was a whole herd of bison. And I looked at them, and something very powerful came over me, like maybe something we read in the Bible, where I just felt this great heaviness. and I laid down in the prairie grass. I fell asleep for an hour. When I woke up, that whole herd of bison had moved all the way over just to the other side of the fence. That too is on YouTube. I filmed it that day. But I felt a strong sense. First I felt maybe they were just curious, man down, let's investigate. And that may be true, but what was powerful to me was I sensed them communicating to me, you've lost your herd. You can be a part of our herd. You can find strength in our herd. And I knew in that moment that that's what I wanted this organization to be. Come join us to have the strength of the herd, because so many people have had to live isolated lives, and that's one of the ways Tamara and I have bonded, is that the social isolation of going through chemotherapy. Nobody should have to go through an ordeal alone.
Exactly.
And even though our stories are very different, we get that about each other.
Yeah,
we find strength from each other.
Right. See, this is where the messages unite, and so many things in life are like this. And so, now tell them what bison is.
So when this happened, I drove back to my apartment, and the BISON just sort of clicked into place. BIS, brain injury support, colon. Okay, on, what animates the bison? Well, O is operational help, where we'll help families with paperwork, medical, legal, especially insurance paperwork. That's the O. The N is neurological, and that's where we expand the definition of what it means to traumatize the brain. Yes, it's car accidents. Yes, it's the NFL. Yes, it's our veterans. But it's also Parkinson's. It's also Alzheimer's. It's also stroke and aneurysm. And successful brain surgery.
And chemotherapy. Chemo fog. It's a real deal. I know we've got some of our buddies here, and I want to say hi to Tina and Sharon, and there's some others that have come on. Angela.
Ginger Oliver.
Yeah, let's see, we've got some, and so let me mute. Okay, we're resuming. All right, too many buttons. I'm pushing too many buttons. What's new with that, guys? Right? Okay, so John's story is so impactful that what I want you guys to do is go on to what YouTube channel would they be, a YouTube page would they be able to go and find that video and go and watch what you're talking about? Where can they find that?
So look up You Look Great, TBI. You'll see a 55-minute version and a 6-minute version. And my book is on Amazon. I am proud of it. I was an instructional designer for Fidelity Investments before my car accident. So I designed a model called the Brain Injury Recovery Team Model. And it's the strength of that model that I speak at brain injury conferences.
And hi Christina, love you. Okay, everybody that's on this, we're doing the give and the ask, and I think that we've really, without even being officially here, but I want to recognize it. What is the title of the book? Let's read it one more time. The title of the video and the book are the same, and I know it's backwards. We haven't figured that out yet, but You Look Great, Strategies for Living Inside a Brain Injury.
And I just completed the audio version.
So, go and like it, give him love, give him joy. And then if, I am going to add this, because I know I don't do it often, but when I have something of a lot of value that not that everyone has the value, that's what the service hero is all about. So let's strike that, start over again. Okay. This, though, there's so many people out there with the brain injuries, concussions, accidents, chemotherapy, our buddies. They need to know that, this is a real deal, and this man is seriously he is a rocket science genius level type of brain. And he had this challenge given to him to share with others. So, let's share. Let's let those that are facing this right now feel like, I look normal, but something is going on. And let me tell you, I've known this man for a year, and he's come amazingly far in the year that I've met him, in that the way that he's presenting himself and the way that, because there's so much hope. That's what I want to share. And so I'm going to throw it back to you. And hi, Tina. Okay, good friend, and had multiple car accidents and a brain injury. Share, Tina. Absolutely. we're getting a lot of love and likes and you know, sharing that. So what do you want to, how do you want to leave everybody?
I guess what I'd say is this book came out 6.5 years ago, and it's been an acorn. This acorn has turned into this oak tree of this Bison Foundation. Our very first project is we're designing the perfect retreat center.
Perfect.
Everything we know, we're going to bring to bear. Everything we know about healing of the brain.
I mean, so much is going on here. Okay, go ahead.
So the retreat center. Everything we know, we're going to bring to bear. Healing of the brain, healing of the body, and healing of the broken heart or the broken spirit. We're going to bring all that together in one place. I don't think anybody's doing it now. It's a retreat center I need. I'm the pointy end of the spear. And if I need it, I know millions of people need this kind of retreat center, and I'm working with the best people, including a doctor in Wichita who has brain scanning technology, much like Dr. Daniel Amen, who many of you have heard of. But there's not an Amen clinic near us, so we're going to provide that. So I'm really excited about it.
This is so exciting. Okay, John Byler, I want to thank you for being the day of 64, 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. You are our service hero. Okay, we are closing today, and we have been challenged to share this information with those that need to hear about it. Give them hope. Let them know that there is going to be an amazing retreat center that's going to be coming soon. Have them go and watch his videos. Have them listen to the audio, the new audio, or read the book. And read it to them if you need to. Whatever we need to do, but let's let those people that are dealing with this know that they are not crazy, that they are loved, that they can get through it, and there is so much hope now and so much more coming around the corner. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye.